That's because after every camp you see a group of people that wants to change their lives and to see the world different. We also have the right environment to relax and to get disconnected from the outer world so that we can connect to the inner one. We need to see what helps us in our evolution. Not to ignore the ugly part, but to focus on the good sides, to focus on positivity, to focus on smiles, and to focus on all the good this world has for us.
Welcome to P&P, the Partners in Positivity podcast, where
Aisling Burnett
and myself, Sarah Harty, warriors of EBP, SBP, DHBs, that's emotionally bulletproof, spiritually bulletproof, divine human beings, aim to wake up and shake up the nation through positivity, humour and shared wisdom.
Before we get stuck into another awesome episode, we just want to let you know that we have a donation page if you wish to support the podcast and help us to continue providing more amazing episodes for you. If you want to Google Partners in Positivity, you'll find our Buzzsprout site, and on there you can find a support button. You can click on that and support to your heart's content, whether it's a one-time donation or a monthly subscription. We really appreciate all the donations that we get. Thanks so much. Enjoy the episode.
Today on the Irish and international stage of our P&P podcast, we have another unique and supreme divine human being. And her name is Ramona Dima. Did I get that right?
Yes, perfect.
Perfect. Yes, I worked hard for that. We met Ramona recently. She is the organizer of Life and Spiritual Camp Bucharest, Romania, and we were blown away by the level of service, the standard of the retreat, and what we took away from it. So we're here today to chat to her. One of the most remarkable things that we learned about Ramona on the first day of the camp was that previously she was a student of physics and now she is a student of spirituality. She loves nature, personal development, travel. She's a young entrepreneur. She says about herself that she's just a person with big dreams and she's always on the way to discover herself. Wow, what a lady. Ramona, it's so great to have you on the podcast. How are you today?
I'm great. Thank you for having me here. I'm very excited, and I want to just say hello to all our listeners. And I'm very happy to be here, and thank you for inviting me. And I'm very happy because we met just a little bit, I believe that a few weeks ago, and it was pretty good, and I was very inspired by all your work you are doing with this podcast, and because you are trying to bring all this positivity in the world, especially in these times when the world is kind of negative. So thank you for bringing this positivity back.
You're so welcome. And one of the reasons we went to the Life and Spiritual Camp is really to develop ourselves so that we can have more of an impact. We understand what's available to people in terms of their healing and their own development, and we can share that with people as well. We got so much from the camp, especially the meditations. But first, I just want to ask you, how are you feeling after organising such a great event?
Wow. For me, after event, it's an amazing period. We have this event for about one year, and they literally changed my life by doing it, by organizing them. And that's because after every camp you see a group of people that wants to change their lives and to see the world different, and to believe that everything it's going to happen in a good way for their souls, and that's pretty priceless. And I'm very happy and very grateful that I can contribute in these realizations, let's say, kind of seeing people more open to discover themselves. Let's say like this. I believe that's so. Yeah, I'm feeling very grateful to to can do it and to be part of it.
That's so beautiful. Offering a space where people can be open to discovering themselves. Oh, yeah. And it was for people who don't know, it was a 4-day retreat. It was an hour outside Bucharest, and it was in a gorgeous, gorgeous location called Eunice Wellness Clinic. And what would you say for people that have never heard of retreats of this kind before? What would be the 2 or 3 core components that makes up the retreat?
It's that kind of the retreat that we are reconnecting with ourselves, with our inner self. And in this retreat, we are using some techniques of meditation and also some breath work that helps us to be present, to be in this moment, and to understand more what is happening in our life. And also in that amazing location that we are using in the UNES clinic, we also have the right environment to relax and to get disconnected from the outer world so that we can connect to the inner one. So I really recommend this kind of events to come back from our inner state, let's say. So in these 4 days, it's an entire journey. We are starting from learning how to forgive people from our life, and after that we are learning to be present and to observe nature again and to see how beautiful it is to just stay in a forest. And afterwards we are just releasing all the blockages that's stopping us back, opening our chakras, which are very important for our well-being. And of course we are reconnecting to the power of love, to the vibration of love, which unites all this universe in one.
Excellent. Wow. I feel like I was back in the camp again with that description.
That's amazing, Ramona. And exactly what Razvan said when we had him on the podcast. He said, love is the secret sauce to everything. So he's amazing. I really thank him for doing what he's doing. And I'm so glad that he found you to be the person behind the scenes, organising everything, welcoming everyone, and just doing such a great job. I want to ask, because you shared a great story with us when we first arrived to the camp about how much meditation has actually helped you in your life, how you were before. Could you share a little bit about that with everyone first, please?
Sure. That's a beautiful story, and I'm saying that because in the first place I was the one that didn't want to hear anything about meditation. I finished physics here in Bucharest, and it's a great university, and it explains everything, how the universe works and things like this, but it just got me so introvert, and I wasn't feeling very well in that area. So I was just open to change something in my life, and through some situations I found out a concept, and I met Razvan, and he got me through this meditation. And at that point I had social anxiety, like a very serious one. When I was outside meeting some people, I was very anxious and my body was shaking and I can't breathe properly. So I was totally open to see what's happening inside and to see, okay, from where is that feeling. And in first time I got invited to a meditation, and I got so much answers about a lot of questions that physics couldn't answer me. So I was so open to meditation after that. And it was a long experience with meditation. First time it was a little bit difficult to beat my mind because I was very focused on it, and everything in my world needed to be physical and to see it, to believe that it's working. And when someone told me in the first place just to close my eyes and to relax, I was okay. I'm going to sleep. Like, okay, it's not something that is going to work for me. So in the first place, I needed to beat my mind, and I say, okay, just let's see where the things are going. And I start meditating daily, and I started with 10 minutes meditation, guided meditation on YouTube, nothing special. And also I used the Breathwork of Wim Hof. He's an amazing teacher of how to breathe and cold exposure also. And every morning I was doing meditation and that breath work. And in a few months I was feeling way much better than before, and my anxiety just got away. And that was the moment when I realized that meditation can help people, and it can help changing your life totally. And that was the first part, when it was the first time when I started to believe in it, to be honest.
That's incredible, Ramona, that you had such a dramatic change inside yourself with meditation. Because for me, the change wasn't that strong, but it was slowly over time. I could see changes in my mind, in my body, how I felt about life, but also that I recognized, oh, I have this other space I can go to now if I want to bring more peace to myself. But it took me years to really understand the power of it. But that's a huge shift, and it's great for people to hear that, especially people who have anxiety or social anxiety. There's so many people across the world that would benefit from listening to this story.
Yeah, and I love how you brought us through that journey, because you said at the start that it was quite hard. You had to beat your mind. And I know people say a lot of things when they first start meditating. It's not like you just go into a state of pure bliss from day one. It's a practice, and you're learning how to control your mind, how to not listen to all that chatter and kind of get past it in a way. So thanks so much for sharing that with us.
Yeah, and the other thing I want to say is we're so alike, the three of us. Myself and Aisling did a 5-day challenge with Wim Hof last year. It blew me away, even his instructional videos. I wish I had him in person or in the shower. It was so funny. We were bringing in the video into the shower as we were going into the cold water for the 60 seconds separately now, but we brought Wim Hof on the phone with us. It was very funny, but I remember he said something like, watch your mind as you step outside your comfort zone, go into the cold water and see what your mind tells you, and then you'll have an indication of how your mind pulls you back from doing something different or facing your fears in the future. And I remember after the first exposure to the cold water, I remember my mind was like, don't do it. Like, it's too cold, it's too scary or whatever. But I remember immediately afterwards, I just started crying. I was like, oh my God, that was such a shock to my body. And then I said, I'm going to continue with this because we had the strength of each other and a challenge for 5 days. The next day when I went in, immediately afterwards, I was happy. And I was thinking, oh my God, this is brilliant. And then every time after that, I was happy afterwards. But maybe I needed to just face it and cry a little bit like a child falling off their bike for the first time, maybe. But what process did you go through with Wim Hof? I'm interested to know about your experience.
That's a lovely story that you just shared with me and with us today. It's pretty nice. It's pretty similar, to be honest. When I first started, I started with the breathing exercises, and I was like, I was feeling very dizzy, and the room was spinning around, and it was very strange because I had some big pain in my body in the first days. And when I done the cold exposure, I just go in the shower, cold water, and it was, I believe, one of the first times when my mind was out of the scheme totally. It was out, like no thoughts, no feelings, nothing. It was just me and the shower and the cold water, and I was feeling so relaxed. It was a pretty interesting experience. and also challenging. As you said, mind in my breathing techniques, right there my mind was really strong. In the cold exposure, it was so out of the the road. It was just gone, and that was my experience with Wim Hof, and I still using this method. It's very efficient for me. It's very good because we are not breathing properly these days. We don't know how to breathe, and if we are doing it in the morning, we are starting the day with the oxygen that the body needs, and I really believe that it's very useful method.
What I noticed in the last year about the importance of breath work and then actually using your lungs fully, feeling the full capacity of them, was through some cacao ceremonies that myself and Ash were doing, where you're drinking a hot chocolate. It's 100% grade cacao, very good for you, very healthy. It helps you feel into your body more, but also we did that along with breath work, so you could actually feel into a meditation deeper. But afterwards, because we spent maybe 10 minutes focused on breath work for that purpose, I actually felt the health of my lungs being stronger afterwards because of the breath work. So it's like you want to use the full capacity of your mind or the strength of your body, but we never think of the internal organs. And after the breath work, I really feel that my lungs are working as they should fully, and it helps with all other aspects of your body and your health, really.
That's true. Yeah, it was actually really hard for me because I think I was really shallow breathing, and it really helps to open it up, and you get all the dizziness and everything from not having enough oxygen in your body, but it's such an important practice. So, Ramona, what does positivity mean for you?
Positivity, it's like a part of me, to be honest, and I really like to see positivity like, we are living in a world when things are not perfect, are far from perfect, and it's obviously, but positivity in my perspective is choosing what to see and to focus on the good parts of the world, and to realize that the ugly parts are there also, not to hide them, not to ignore them, to see them, to realize them, but also you to stay focused on the good sides and to things that you can control, and into things that can impact your life in a beautiful way. That I believe it's positivity. This perspective comes from personal development area. For me, it's from there. It's built. I remember when I was a child, and I have an amazing family, and they brought me to all the seminars of personal development, and I saw a lot of happy people there, and a lot of great energy, and people smiling and enjoying life. And I was like, wow, it's totally different from what I see on the streets. What's the difference? And that was the question when I was, I believe, 9 or 10 years old, when I saw a lot of people enjoying life and being healthy and being wealthy and looking great and just be good in all the aspects. And on the other side, the people that are struggling and not feeling good and feeling depressed and things like this. What's the difference? And that was the answer my soul gets, that we need to see what helps us in our evolution, not to ignore the ugly part, but to focus on the good sides, to focus on positivity, to focus on smiles, and to focus on all the good this world has for us and for our well-being. So that's positivity for me.
We never know what to expect. That's gorgeous. I love your view of positivity, and thanks for sharing about your family as well. It's exceptional that your parents opened your mind to this from a young age, and that gave you this beautiful lens that you have today. And yeah, I can imagine the lives people could leave if they had that perception from a young age. But at the same time, I appreciate where we are now, the access to information and what's available to us, like the life and spiritual camp as well. I seen on your Instagram last year in October, you were reading one of my favorite books, 7 Habits of Highly Effective People, was it?
Yes.
What would you say was your greatest takeaway from that book?
All that book is a masterpiece, I believe. It's great when you are trying to be productive and to know to make a balance in all the aspects of your life. And it's not like a part of that book that I liked. It was all the book because it impacted me so much in that period, because on the other part of my existence, let's say, I'm trying to build some businesses here in Romania. One is a real estate agency, and on the other part we are building a direct sales company. We are a lot of people. We are just connecting to different kind of people, and when you are meeting a lot of characters, you need to understand them. And from that book, I really believe that to put the value on the person that is front of you is the most important thing. It's pretty hard to say one thing, but if I need to say something, that was. And yeah, that was the point that I really loved about that book.
Yeah, I gained so much from reading that book. And then when I was reading it, I was seeing parts of myself or parts in other people and how I've been treated or how I treat people. I love that you said that the most important thing you got from that book was put the value on other people or the people in front of you. And that's how we build some of the best relationships. I think one of the principles is seek first to understand and then to be understood. And I think if we begin with that, we build great relationships, and we can do great things in the world with the principles of that book. So that's fantastic. Wow.
So, Ramona, I'm intrigued to know if you have one piece of wisdom to share with the world, what would that be?
I believe that the piece of wisdom that changed my life was by Mahatma Gandhi, and he said that be the change you want to see in the world, changing all the perceptions when you are doing it, because we are all attracting by our levels of vibration, our levels of energy, and we are a magnet of the things that are aligned with us. And if they are good, it's all right. Mm-hmm. But when we attract something negative, something that it's not so easily to handle, we start questioning. Okay, why is happening to me? What is there? What's wrong with it? And with this part of what Mahatma Gandhi was saying, I really understood that if I want beautiful things in my life, I need to be aligned with them. I need to be on a path of evolution to attract that things in my life, and to be focused on myself, on evolving and growing and discovering myself, because you can grow if you don't know yourself. If you don't understand your soul, you can go through anything. Or okay, you can grow through, but it's not like the real you. It's like something built by society, perceptions, friends, family, and people in general. It's nothing from the inside. And that was something that it really moved me.
Be the change you wish to see in the world. Yeah, that's really beautiful. Yeah, actually are totally doing that, especially with life and spiritual camp.
Ramona, that's beautiful. And it's amazing that these magnificent quotes surface all the time from great leaders throughout the planet. You're certainly a leader here in terms of spirituality and growth and development for people across Bucharest with what you're doing with the camp. And it was so pleasant for us to get to meet you and see what you're up to. For people that are listening, I hope you don't mind, but can I give your age?
Yeah,
Ramona is sitting in front of us here and she's 23, and maybe around the time of finishing your physics degree, you started with this life and spiritual camp, maybe?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
After I finished the university.
Because we're always questioning, like, oh, what will the person do next after they finish their degree? And I love that you found something so close to your soul that has helped you open up and discover yourself. And I can't imagine the experience you've had, a year of that, month after month, seeing people in that environment. It's just gorgeous. The other thing I wanted to say to you is about being the change you want to see in the world. Is there any one example of a part of the world that you didn't like and you decided to be the change from your own experience?
That's a very good question. It started in in my university, to be honest. That's great when you see and meet people in that area, because a lot of people are so introvert, and that's a good thing, and that's a good thing, I believe. And I also see there a lot of people hiding all the other aspects of their lives. And when I saw that we need to live life with all the aspects and not with just only one, I started doing it. And by doing it in that group of people, I was like, he's not coming, he's not doing enough, she's not okay. Because that's the first reaction where we get when we are trying to do something different, to change something in that aspect and to change ourselves from that group of people. And after that, a few months after that reaction, people were coming to me and they were just asking me, okay, so what are you doing now? How is your life going? Where are you going next? What's happening? How do you handle to do that? And when I told them what I changed, and I'm very honest, and I say that I really changed. I just changed the way I look at life, and there was like, it was the first time when someone says to me like, okay, you just inspire me to live more. And it was like so hard to believe in that point of my life, because I wasn't knowing exactly what I'm doing. I was just acting like how I feel. And in that period, I was just, okay, so we are more connected that we can imagine. And I was just, okay, let's see where this road goes. And I finished the university, and it truly have been a great experience for myself and growing one, and I'm really grateful for it. I needed to take a decision, okay, what's next? What's the next step, as you said before? And I said, okay, I'm going to be loyal to what I felt there, and loyal to what I feel inside, loyal to my soul. And this is how everything started. And from that point, I attracted some experiences. I attracted life and spiritual camp in my life. I attracted Razvan, which is a great mentor for myself and truly spiritual guide. A lot of aspects of my life just changed from that point, because I really choose to be loyal to myself, to be, okay, what I want to do in my life, that's okay, let's do it. No thinking about what's going to say my family, what's going to say my friends, what's going to say all the society, just to do what I feel. And it was a beautiful experience. Beautiful one, not an easy one, but a beautiful one.
Congratulations. Oh my God. Congratulations for taking those steps and deciding to follow your own path and be fully loyal to yourself, loyal to your soul. I've never heard someone express it like that. And you know what? When I was in my city in Ireland, Galway, I went into a garage, like where people get petrol for the cars. And there was a guy behind the counter working there, and I could see he didn't look happy. He didn't look healthy in a way as well, because he was unhappy. And I said, "Oh, how are you? What are you up to here in Galway?" And he said, "Oh, I'm in college and I'm working here." And I said, "Do you like college, the course you're doing?" He said, "No." And I said, "Do you like the job here?" He said, "No." So two of the biggest things in his life, two parts of his life that are taking up the most of his time, he wasn't happy in. And all I wanted standing there looking at him was to have the courage to look into himself, to see what he really wanted and take steps to make himself more happy. So it makes me feel very happy to sit across from you knowing that you're 23 and you've already taken these huge steps to do something that feels right for you. So congratulations for doing that for yourself. I wish I had that strength when I was younger. I know I'm only 32, but like, I know there's moments in my life that I knew this wasn't right for me and I did it anyway. So thank you for sharing that, and I'm very proud of you.
Yeah, that was really beautiful to witness you telling such a beautiful story like that. Thanks so much for sharing. So I want to ask, what's the positive ripple effect that you would like to have on this world?
I really dream of a world that is going to be more aligned, more present, and more focused on all the blessings that we are having every day. I mean, the most beautiful parts of the day are in simple things. And from that person that is smiling at us when they are giving us coffee, from, I don't know, a walk in the forest or in a park and with all the birds next to us. And that's what I call happiness, in the simple things. And ripple effect of positivity, I believe that it can be to guide and help people to enjoy more day-to-day life, because we are living in this second, not in the one that has passed, not in the one that's going to be, only in this one. And that is, it's pretty beautiful to be aware of, just to be here, to be present, to be grateful for every person, for every situation, for every experience that you have, because each of them are just growing yourself. So that would be just to be here in the moment. And I really hope and I really dream to see this world. I can't wait.
Wow, Ramona, thanks so much for everything that you shared with us here today. That was just so beautiful, and I love to see it being in this space and being the person that you are. And I'm looking forward to seeing how your life is going to unfold. I know you're going to have a positive impact on a lot of people, and I just want to thank you for everything that you're doing and everything that you've done for us.
Ramona, I've learned so much myself again from this conversation, and it's so funny how we go through life and our goal can be to learn to be more present through meditation or whatever techniques, to be able to enjoy a cup of tea sitting at a table across from a family or friend, and that's where our joy comes from. So it returns us home again to sitting at a table with someone special and giving them our full attention. And I think these practices are so necessary now with the development in technology and the distractions on the planet. And thanks for that reminder for me again. I love being here and being present with you and seeing you in all of your glory. You're a gorgeous human being, and thanks so much for being so kind to us throughout the Life and Spiritual Camp. And yeah, it's going to be one of the greatest memories that we have in that library in our mind. And yeah, best of luck with absolutely everything that you're doing. I know you have huge, huge dreams and projects that you're continually working on, and you're already where you need to be right now with the energy that you have. So keep doing what you're doing. Well done, and thanks so much.
Thank you so much. It was my pleasure to be here with you today. It's been a great time when we first met, and I felt that you are going to have a big impact with all what are you doing in this podcast, and not only in it, because we are all light and we are going to the world, and I bet that every person that it's intersecting with you in this world is going to be inspired. And thank you for doing this work, and thank you for being part of the change of the world in a positive way. So thank you, girls, so much. Thank you for having me here.
Thank you. Congratulations, well done. Pat yourself on the back. You're officially now a partner in positivity with us. If this is your first episode, we're so grateful. If this is your 40th episode, we're equally as grateful for your ears, for your heart, for taking this time out for yourself and committing to your own positive mental health journey. Our intention for this podcast is for you to feel a little bit better afterwards. So we hope you take some time now to check in with yourself. How did you feel before? How do you feel now? And we've definitely done our job if you feel a little bit better, and especially if you want to come back for more next week. If you do want to support us, we actually have a Ko-fi donation page. It's ko-fi.com/partners in positivity. We really value the work that we're doing. We know there's so much positive and negative in the world, and we want to contribute to people feeling their best. So we appreciate all of the donations we've had so far and welcome any more that are on the way. Thank you in advance. Also, if you got something of value from this and you want to share with friends or family to add to this trend of positivity in the world, we would love to be tagged in any posts on social media. You know where to find us. Other than that, guys, have an incredible week ahead, and we look forward to feeding you some more nourishment for that beautiful mind, that beautiful garden of yours next week.